Sunday morning here in Mount Vernon in Baltimore to talk about the evolving world of covering books in the media. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Nancy. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks again, everybody, for coming out, and to Greg for allowing us to be here to talk about the changes in the Sun. I feel a little bit like the PC in the PC and Mac commercials. Like, I'm like the old school Sun here, and this is like the new evolving Sun.
I still have a PC. It's fine.
So, because I have the most history of the Sun, I'll give a little background on what's happening in newspapers in general, and how that trickles down to books coverage. As Greg said, I've had a lot of jobs at the Sun. I started here as a business reporter, then I was an editor in various sections. Now I edit our Sunday paper, which means I choose the stories for the front page of the Sunday paper. I also edit the Maryland Close-Up section, which is kind of our analysis section of Maryland news. And I was kind of distressed at how our book coverage had shrunk over the last few years. Just a year ago, we had 2 pages of coverage every Sunday, and now we just have 1. So I thought, what can we do to make it a little different and expand it? And the website offers us a lot of opportunity. So we started with, Nancy and I started the blog in, I think it was May 12th of this year, just to see what we could do and generate interest and try and build interest in really the Maryland literary community, in Baltimore specifically. I mean, this is a great day where you get to see all the pieces that Baltimore and Maryland have to offer in one spot. But normally, it's all scattered around. There are dozens or hundreds of book clubs around, so a lot of people reading. There are authors doing their thing. Laura Lippman, we have great authors, Daniel Mark Epstein, I think, who is going to be here or was here yesterday. Ann Tyler, of course. People like that who work in the background. And then throughout every week there are poetry readings and author readings in different places. So one of the things we wanted to do with Reed Street is kind of bring them all together and have a central place where people could come for calendar listings and to learn what local authors are writing, what new books about Maryland are coming out. So hopefully, again, it's only been going for about 4 months or 5 months, but our readership has grown, and hopefully we can help the literary community here come together a little bit. So I'll do like a quick background of kind of the basics of newspapering today. With the growth of the internet, it's been a tremendous challenge. I mean, people ask about different challenges over time in newspapering, and this is probably the toughest challenge we've ever faced over the last several years. It comes in a couple of ways. One is that readership, people like Nancy and Heather and their generation tend to read newspapers in print a lot less today. Instead, they'll go on the website where they can get everything that we have in our paper, plus more, for free. So the choice is, do you pay for that, pay for the freedom of reading it online, or do you pay to get it in paper? Now, I'm still a paper guy. I read other newspapers online. I read the New York Times and magazines like The Economist and even foreign papers online. But I also like the physicalness of the paper. I like to be able to flip it, take it with me. It's hard even to carry a laptop around sometimes, so I like the paper. But the younger folks don't so much. So the readership of the paper, is declining, and it's not just the Sun. It's the readership of every paper in America. It is declining. It's on this road, and it's the same with the evening news. It's on this same slant for the very same reasons. And then at the same time, on the revenue side of the newspaper, you have a very profitable piece of the business, which is online classified, that's gradually shifting to the internet, to places like Craigslist, where you can buy merchandise, rent an apartment. That's taking